An estimated 15 million Africans were transported from Africa to America between 1540 and 1850. Also in 1807, the British and Americans outlawed slave shipping. Britain and America hunted for secret slave ships off the coast of Africa. The slave ship was so tight that people had to overlap each other 100 times for a long amount of time. If you died, you got thrown overboard. If you got sick, they would do the same. That is how you got to America. Once the ship is docked, people come on the ship with locks and chains and tie you up. They march you off and follow you with a whip as you march down the boardwalk looking at the other blacks unloading off the ship. When you are all done walking, you will be with your family on a stool with whites all around you talking while a man is yelling at the top of his lungs, "Going for 100! Going for 200!" and so on until a man calls out, "I want it!" And then he tries to drag you away from your family until he wins. Then you go in his wagon, taking your final look at your wife and kids. When you arrived, your master teaches you how to harvest and cut his crops. After that, he gives you the tools you need, and off you go, walking to his field. When you get there, you look out and see all the other slaves he already has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and including you, 20 slaves. You get to work fast for a while. You work like this for years on end. Then you wake up at midnight and decide to escape. Your plan is all out. It is almost nighttime, and you are the last one walking back. You make sure that no one is around you or can see you. Check. Then you are off, walking quietly through the leaves and twigs. About 10 hours later, the sun starts to rise while you are hidden in a hollow tree trunk. Totally invisible to others around you with the song stuck in your head, follow the drinking gourd. The moon comes out as you squeeze back through the narrow hole. Ruff, 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 you hear behind you. You look around you frantically for a spot to hide. As the barking gets louder, you jump into a lake and swim off. On the other side of the lake is a little cabin with a light in front. Friend or foe? It is a friend because of the lit lamp. You rest there. The journey lasts for about 7 more months. You finally get to freedom in Pennsylvania. Hallelujah. If you were caught on the Underground Railroad, your master would punish you. The punishments were whipping, killing, and branding. Your master would take burning hot iron with his name and the plantation you belong to and stamp it on your arm till it comes out clear. So, if people find you, they can give you back to him. The Underground Railroad is the place that you just escaped to freedom on. It is a route that is made by abolitionists. A person who leads people to freedom is called a conductor. Harriet Tubman was a famous conductor. She made about 19 trips to the south and back up to the north. She also helped over 300 slaves up to the north to be free. They all appreciated her kindness and braveness at heart. She was born in 1819 and died in 1913. Also, a conductor is an object that electricity can pass easily through. The Emancipation Proclamation was a proclamation that said that slavery was outlawed in the South. The Confederates were flabbergasted and got mad. The slaves weren't. That also had an effect on the already freed slaves in the Union. They could join the war. Abraham Lincoln was the Union's president. Jefferson Davis was the Confederates' president. Abraham Lincoln thought that owning another person and forcing them to do your own work was cruel and harsh, so he signed the Emancipation Proclamation. John Wilkes Booth shot Abe Lincoln at Ford's Theater on a Good Friday of April 14, 1865. John jumped off the balcony, broke his leg, and shouted 6 Semper Tyrannis, and the people watching it thought it was the end, so they started clapping. He ran into a farmhouse, and someone said, "If you don't get out of there, I'll burn that house down." John stayed still. 50 seconds later, the barn was raging with fire. John got shot on his way out of the building. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my report on the Underground Railroad.